So little by little, by years and years and years, I've been gathering my pearls around these kernels of thinking, moments, whatever. And I think that's my way of combining the form and the content. Little by little, adding and adding, and then looking from a distance, and it's like making a painting. You make sketches and sketches, and there's something you want to get in that painting. It may be if it's a realistic or figurative painting, it may be something, a flicker in the eye, a movement of a hand. A smile like Mona Lisa on somebody's face. It's something you want to capture there, and you do it, and you do it the sketches, and then you do it on the canvas, and then you start to well, you just kind of put it off, and then you take it again, and then you look it. For me, it's a very slow process. I've never done things like that you just take a canvas and you go somewhere and you do it. The effect I'm aiming at may be like that it looks like it's done at a spur of moment in inspirational whatever it is, but I'm a slow maker. Yeah. For example, these two behind me, I've made they're thick. They're made of plywood and wooden square, and then there's the fabric, textile, old sheets, I think, and then there's the white gesso on them, and the gesso fixes the cloth on the surface, and then they were like that, white squares with the fabric making wrinkles for must have been some 6 years maybe. I had a very clear vision of what I wanted from them, but I just didn't want to touch them, and until this spring I dragged them out of the corner room and cleaned them, and started to think about the colors. I made there are some notes, little notes for each of them. No, there were 2 on the same note. One was where I planned the colors. One was the raw amber and white scaled, and one was kind of black and gray scale, light blue and dark blue, light yellow and orange, or some sort of mango blue, soft, warm, vermilion kind of blue. And then there was this green and the turquoise, and then I painted them as is shown in one of the videos, partly at least. And when I had them done, then I let them dry. And my original idea was to put some other colors on the wrinkles of the fabric. And I tried it actually. I don't know, maybe it was just this green one. I tried some reds and yellows, and I didn't like it, so I washed them off. And I don't think I think it's they are quite okay like they are now. You don't need so much. The wrinkles make a structure of shadows and tones on this surface, and I think it's quite enough actually. I like rather simple things. It's not always possible. Sometimes you just want to have everything on one canvas. Everything on one canvas, just like yeah, well, but it's not possible. So, what? And with this kind of process, it's slowly achieved. Best possible combination of form and function and content. Yeah, and when I think of chambers, it started sometimes in 80s maybe. If the actual kernel was placed in my brain in 1980, let's assume so. 1980. I made the first manuscript 1990, and then I returned to it some in the beginning of 2000. Let's say 2004. I returned it and I wrote more, and I did some layers and places and themes, and then again 2006 I made the timeline and chose the skins, and now I've been making the pictures, the visuals, colors, camera movements, and so surroundings of the people and their way of how they behave and things like that. I don't think it's necessary to have such a long time. No, I think it has been partly because I've had there have been other things, and now the last 6 years because I've been beaten down and denied my access to the real way of making this manuscript to a cinema. And the actual delay has been because I'm a woman and I've had my children when it was possible. Now I'm beyond having children. No, now they won't. In that way, have my everyday presence and thinking. Now I can think my own things and ambitions and manuscripts and pictures and so on. Yeah, and that's what it is. Yes. On the other hand, it's necessary to be connected with the world around us, the world that exists. It was always very agonizing for me. If I was kind of actually the point in Chambers is not that Marcus is violent to her body. No, it's not the body. It's a mind thing anyway. If somebody wants you to share a reality that's not that you don't like, you have to leave it or change. And if you don't want to change, you leave it. And that's what Oona wanted. She wanted out of that restricted, narrow-minded reality Marcus represented to her. And so in a way she was naive because she believed in that she could leave him. She didn't believe that he would be so threatening and so violent. She was too optimistic about life and behavior of other people, how much they wanted something. And that's where the kind of behavior when it's always been bad in for a woman to have many lovers, many relationships, many men. She's a whore. She's a betrayer. It's the men who are. It's so funny because in reality the men are the ones who betray. They have many women, and it doesn't matter because it's their right. It's the women that have to be restricted, beaten. Yes, and it's this sexual behavior that she shows, in which she shows her need of freedom. It's her rebellion to. It's her way of life to pick these different guys and test her body with them. And to her it means the ultimate freedom. The promise you give to somebody when you marry someone, that you will love and share and respect and whatever it is, until death do us part. It's a kind of promise that no reasonable person would ever give, because it's impossible to give. If I would be making the rewriting kind of the vows of marriage, I would probably use the English sentence that with my body I give worship, and that would be it. I wouldn't promise my mind to love anyone. No. Just utopistic kind of horrible thought that you have to tie yourself to somebody. To someone. Of course, it's if there is someone you can trust so much, and if the thing works, and as it seems to for quite many people, it's great. Yeah, it's very wonderful to share your life with somebody with the same goals and same rhythm of life and things like that. Yeah, it's a very good. It's a very good idea. Yeah. But then, yeah, then, and I think that with Oona it was the experience of, as it's shown in the film, the exposure to the violent pictures while she was young, and the sudden death of her parents just straight after that. She connected them, so there was an innate source of inexplicable fear that she connected with this. This dominant sex and death. It might have been enough if there would have been those pictures, but when the death of her parents added upon it, so it was the she just couldn't. I've been thinking what would have happened to her if Marcus would not have killed her. But I don't know. That's why I like it. There's a point where it starts and then there's a point where it ends. And you don't have to get mixed up with them along sequences of something that might turn out to be a horrible soap opera. I just can't bear this. Easy way soap operas. Yeah, it's the easy way. You just da-da. Well, yeah. But we are different people in different ways. It's not always so easy. It's not always easy at all. No. That was about the chambers, the layer of the present time and Jussi as adult. I added to it in 2000 and something. I don't exactly remember. It's not relevant. And I added it because I can add it, because my view of this life and this world and everything, it's been accumulating. It's spans over decades, and so I can use it. The span and that kind of structures, they are easy for me. Easy for me. I don't. It's funny. I don't like. No, well, maybe I do. Maybe I don't at the moment. Maybe I don't like it at the moment to think differently, but maybe I will someday, because every movie is different. Every structure and every combination of themes and people and things like that is yeah, different.